Hi, I'm here in front of the Kings County Courthouse to talk about a very serious issue. I'm Tarik Davis, attorney at law in Brooklyn. And this court here is you know what? This court really isn't a court. I can't do this. Let's do this more. Okay, this is take two. I really could not do that whole thing outside, standing in front of the courthouse, telling you how wonderful it is. That really wasn't even a real court, all right? Secret. I want to show you something. I want to talk to you about something that's very important. You see this thing? What is this? This is a pen. And way, way, way too often, I see clients take one of these and just stab themselves in the heart with it. What do I mean? This pen allows you to do something very powerful. You can sign your name to a contract. I had a client come into my office, a very nice young lady, and she had a problem. She had a problem with her landlord. Her landlord wasn't doing certain things. Has this business, she has a commercial space, she signed a lease. I said, well, what isn't your landlord doing? She said, well, the landlord isn't doing this, he isn't exterminating, he isn't providing this, he isn't providing that. I said, well, does your lease say he has to provide that? And she said, I don't know. And I said, why don't you know? And she said, uh, I never really read it. So I said, could you send me your lease, please? 32-page document, really small print, like size 8, type 8 print. She had never read her lease. Way too often I hear this. People signing documents they haven't read. I had a client once who spoke only Spanish. He signed the contract to buy a house. The contract was in English. Had he read the contract? No. Why not? Because he doesn't speak the language and no one translated it to him. He was having a problem. He was stuck and he had a potential of losing money. Now, we were able to get his money back. But way too often, I hear situations like this of people signing things they didn't read, they didn't understand, and they don't hire a lawyer. I understand lawyers are way too expensive. I'm a lawyer. I wish I didn't have to charge so much. But I also understand that the person who's sending you the contract had a lawyer prepare that contract. And that contract is going to have terms in it that you don't understand. And even if you read it sometimes, you're not really clear on what it means. Hire a lawyer. Shocking situation. Shocked the heck out of me. Client calls me and says, I've got this contract for someone's going to sell my house and it says $800,000 gift of equity. What's that? I said, come to my office immediately. He comes to my office. I'm looking at the contract. I'm saying, oh my God, this guy signed this contract. He's given away so much of his house as his gift of equity. And I looked at the last page and he hadn't signed it. I was shocked. I said, you didn't sign it? He says, no, I didn't sign it because no one had reviewed it and explained it to me. I didn't know what this meant. I said, wow, you are the exception to the rule. That's like one of the few times I had someone come to my office and ask me about a contract that had clauses they didn't understand and they actually had not signed it yet. Whatever you do, whatever you do, if you're buying a house, if you're uh, renting an apartment, if you're buying a business, oh, that's a big one, buying a business. Please talk to a competent attorney who can explain the terms to you. Don't just sign off on it and say, well, I think it's going to be okay, because the guy who gave me the contract says it's all right to sign. He ain't there to help you. He's there to help himself. So remember that. That's your tip for the day.